Hey, it's Chronologically Gaming, the only channel that's perpetually retro because we're playing every video game in order of release. Are you ready for the big show? It's now time for the release of Colecovision. I give you the world gets Colecovision. Who knew the Connecticut leather company would amount to this? We've now come so far and seen so much. It used to be a toy company, and now they've released a console themselves. Not the first time, though. There's already been consoles that have been standalone in the Telstar series. I wasn't familiar with all the Pong clones they've already made, but I did hear about and know about the Telstar Arcade. Who remembers that one? So they're not new to this, and they've also done handhelds that we've seen quite a few times here on the channel. And Coleco's one of the other references of a toy company turning into something big. This console, the ColecoVision, is going to be one of the biggest console releases of the year. And one of the reasons why is because of the power to make it look as close as it can to the arcade. Now, this is going to join the ranks of all the other consoles that are out there. We have the Atari VCS, the Mattel Intellivision, probably got some of the name from ColecoVision from the Mattel Intellivision. We also have the Bally Astrocade, the Odyssey 2, if you want to go across the pond, there's the Philips Video Pack. But as far as all the biggest things we've seen so far on the channel, ColecoVision is up there with this big jump or leap, just like we saw with the Commodore 64. Now, we only saw Jupiter Lander, but those two systems are going to be the biggest change from everything else we've seen so far. All right, so let's see what Coleco has to say about the ColecoVision.
Experience. Introducing ColecoVision, the most advanced video game system you can buy. It plays just like the arcade game. This is
true.
Donkey Kong played on ColecoVision.
That's it. They got the arcade game.
Oh my gosh, it's the
ColecoVision brings
arcade.
the arcade experience home. Donkey Kong has 3 screens, arcade graphics too.
Yes.
ColecoVision has arcade controls, joystick,
3
fire and jump
screens.
buttons, even arcade sounds.
I don't know about the
It's a cosmic
joystick
adventure.
saying it's arcade.
Now you can bring the arcade experience home because your vision is our vision. Coleco.
Your vision is our vision, ColecoVision. The first game we're going to be playing on ColecoVision was the one that was packed in with most of the people that bought it, and that was Donkey Kong. Let's take a look at Donkey Kong on ColecoVision, starting with the box. Oh yes, very similar to what we've already seen on the Atari VCS. It has the same look, it has the arcade cabinet on the front, and it says plays like the real arcade game. But this is a big difference between what we saw already on the VCS. Look at that, high resolution video cartridge, very classic. It almost looks like an advertisement flyer for the arcade. Oh yes, that's right. Let's flip it over on the back. How do you play Donkey Kong? Well, the ape stolen Mario's girlfriend. It's the same thing we saw on the VCS. Use the joystick to maneuver Mario across the girders, up the ladders. As he runs, the ape throws barrels in and prevents progress. Use the fire button to get Mario to jump over the barrels. Will Mario make it to the top and rescue his gal in time? Bear in mind, this is the only other system that Nintendo has allowed Donkey Kong to be packaged in with a different console. That's not Nintendo. And notice it says by Nintendo at the top, but this is the only time you'll be able to see Nintendo products on a launch for another console. That's what the times are right now. Let's take a look at the other artwork we have for Donkey Kong. Besides the box, we also have cartridges all over the world. If you're in Europe, this is the CBS, who was the publisher for ColecoVision, the German cartridge specifically that was in 1983. And then we have a little bit of artwork for Donkey Kong. There's the cartridge we're used to seeing to pop in our ColecoVision. There it is. Oh yeah, pristine too. Love it. That's a good point. They were pointing the joysticks out in the commercial. I wouldn't call the joysticks arcade quality. They were trying to present it that way. I actually feel the Atari VCS joysticks were better, but that's you could nickel and dime for that. So if you saw this in Europe in 1983, this is what Donkey Kong looked like by CBS Electronics. What in the world? Look how realistic Mario is on the front. and the woman, your girlfriend, I don't think they have a name for her yet, at the top. It's a real person. It looks like they had a photo of someone put in there. Too crazy. Yeah, this is for different regions and different languages. Yeah, I'm sure someone did. Here's the back of the box you would have seen in Europe with some more artwork and a screenshot. So cool. We also have the manual for Donkey Kong. Let's see how, we already know how to play Donkey Kong. I hope people know how to play this one, but I'm really excited for this one. Doing the play testing for the show, it was so much fun. Compared to what we had played before, and for everything we've seen on a console, it actually feels and sounds like the arcade. It's really good. Based on the sensational Nintendo arcade game, ColecoVision Donkey Kong. Oh, it's both of there. Features an action-packed rescue adventure of man against ape. Donkey Kong stole Mario's girlfriend and take her to the top of the steel structure. You move Mario over girders, up ladders, leap over tumbling barrels, dodge lethal fireballs, and jump onto fast-moving elevators trying to rescue Mario's girlfriend from Donkey Kong. Notice all the trademarks everywhere? There had to have been so much, there's so much legality going on right now because in court right now, Nintendo is going against Universal. That's happening right now. Donkey Kong features 3 incredible adventures, ramps, rivets, and elevators. Your skill and speed determine your total, your point total. How high can you score trying to rescue Mario's girlfriend? Yeah, they don't have the name for her yet. There is the plug and play. I like this picture showing you how everything hooks up. Is it going by RF? It looks like it's going game cable to TV set. I can't tell it possibly it can't be composite though, right? It's only one jack. Okay, it must be RF that goes to the back. Very nice. I know, yeah, after this, would you say, I know this one didn't obviously beat the sales of the Atari VCS, but would you say this console is the better one? Because since we started on the channel, Intellivision came out fairly recent after the Atari came out, but Atari survived several other consoles. And this one is a giant leap. I would say, as far as graphics go, this is the higher quality video game as far as the way it looks and sounds. It's debatable if you want to talk about the joystick, though. Oh, yes. Oh, that's true. Well, I think they did win that lawsuit. It was Mr. Kirby that helped them out. Okay, so how do you play this one? After you connect it, the TV's tuned in. You play a one-player Donkey Kong using the port in joystick 1. There's the controller. Oh, my goodness. No, now, it's not doing what Intellivision does. It has the number pad like Intellivision, but there's no overlay. So it's just numbers on top. And then you have 2 buttons, left and side button to play. Looks like we just need the left side button to make Mario jump. The keypad just lets you select the game in the beginning. So what options do you want? The control stick and then the left button makes Mario jump. If you're playing 2 players, you take turns, so not at the same time. This game is the best-selling game on the ColecoVision, probably because it was packed in with the ColecoVision. Yeah, included with the console for the release of this. And this game is one of the many titles that you could have played at launch. We're going to start with just this one and then sprinkle in the other ones a little bit later. So you press the reset button when you're ready to play, and there it is. Look at the screenshot. Or reconstructed screenshot. Mario's girlfriend, and there's everything you need to know. And Mario. Mario to the rescue. You also have the hammer. Learn just the right technique to make Mario jump up and grab the hammer. With the hammer, Mario can hit barrels for points. He can't climb ladders or jump while holding the hammer, and the hammer disappears in a few seconds. That's your power-up. As you race to the top, you keep getting points. When Mario's eliminated, Mario reaches the girlfriend, the remaining bonuses added. When he reaches the top, he takes the girlfriend up to the rivet screen. So it is playing as the first 3 screens in the original Donkey Kong in the arcade. The only one that doesn't have is the Pie Factory, or the Custard Factory, whatever you want to call it. There you go. There's the rivet scene showing you the fireballs, hats, umbrellas. Now, when we saw this on the Atari the VCS, it's going to go back and forth, 2600 VCS. When we saw that there, it was giving screenshots, but it was pretty grainy. Now it's giving a better representation of what it is in the arcade, even though they marketed it exactly the same. Oh, that's so cool. I would want to do that. Plug in the Atari to play this. Would be fantastic. Mario grabs the girlfriend, hat, purse, and umbrella. Oh, that's right. You got to get all of her junk, too. Donkey Kong does it again when Mario removes the last rivet. He falls, and then it still continues on. You get to do the, what do they call this one? The elevator screen. Continues to cycle through the screens, and then those 3 screens keep repeating. So it doesn't follow the same order as the arcade, but you still get 3 of the 4, which is a big jump. And look at this. We even got some of the artwork. What is Donkey Kong proposing? And then the warranty, don't care, got it. Oh yeah, so cool. I can just smell 1982 from that manual. All right, and then we also have the version that was available for the Coleco Atom, which isn't out or available yet. We're gonna pop in and play some Donkey Kong, programmed by Gary Kitchen of Coleco in the beginning of August 1982. Let's play some Donkey Kong, real Donkey Kong. And Gary Kitchen also developed the one for the Atari VCS, and he must have been busy because I know he's going to do another one too, or he's also been programming some other stuff at the time. All right, so what do we want to do? We want to switch out and pick the mode we want. So we use our joystick and select the option. I'm just going to go for Skill 1, 1 player. Let's go Oh, man. Sounds so good. And plays with that derpy joystick, but it still gets the job done. Man, look at that. Even have the sound and music for the hammer. And that sound right there, that's eventually will come to be, oh. Death doesn't show the animation of Mario. I actually thought it did. When I remember seeing this and playing this on ColecoVision whenever I was younger, I thought I remember seeing Mario die. Maybe I was imagining it. But listen, the sound effect sounds just like the one-up sound later that Mario's going to use in Super Mario Brothers. Wow. Ooh, that's very gross, Victor. Or is that where is that where Donkey Kong Jr. comes from? But not the Donkey Kong that was in charge of Donkey Kong Country. But then I start to talk about the future again. I'm not gonna do that anymore. Yeah, this plays great. And for fun, before I played tonight, I booted up the arcade one as well and played that to just get some kind of the frames feel a little slower, because notice when I climb the ladder, I thought I was going to make it based on how I play on the arcade. But they also are having to change the screen resolution because the arcade is vertically oriented. This one goes, you know, it feels a little squashed. I wouldn't expect anyone to turn their CRT on the side. That's right, yep, no animation there. Alright, let's get smarter. I want to see more screens. Let's go, let's go. It's only on skill 1, too. There's that slight pause when you get to the top of the ladder that you have to remember. Quickly. Good job, Mario. Yes. At this point, he has no occupation. He is a carpenter, I think, is what they said in the arcade manual. That's why he's able to tear out the rivets, I guess. And they got the fireballs. Notice that when I get on the same level, we had 3 sprites across. It started to give us a little bit of flicker. Alright, we gotta pick up our girlfriend's junk, like the umbrella. Oh, he doubled back. Interesting, okay. Yep, working great. Let's see if he takes the bait and comes down. Coming up and down the ladders reminds me of the food we just played in Burger Time. What? Yeah, there's no animation. Whatever to the cutscene. It just goes from when we destroy the rivets to... I think it flashes the first time, and then the next time you do it... Oh, and the fall damage with no death animation. Yeah, ColecoVision is the closest thing you can get, or one of the best experiences of the arcade at home. So while we've heard lots of ads from magazines and in commercials that say high resolution and all that junk, that spiel, this one truly delivers. It's one of the best experiences you could have. Whoa, the fireballs are faster than Mario. I'm pretty sure I picked the easy skill level. They are fast. Is that the game over? Yes, it is. Where's my reset? Yes, what is he, twice the size of Mario? All right, ready? Start. Oh, there you go. Okay. You have to push star on your ColecoVision pad. Asterisk, of course. Something else I noticed playing from the Atari VCS version to this one is every time you start the Atari VCS version, it's not random. You can have a good idea of what's going to happen with the barrels, but here, you notice we just played it a few times this level. It switched it up. So it is randomizing, very similar to what the arcade would do. There we go. Yes! Yes, he is as big as Kong. It wasn't that way in the arcade. They only made Donkey Kong bigger. Alright, let's pick up the hat. She'll want that. She'll ask me what happened. Oh my gosh, I just clipped through the girder. That's right, what are these mushrooms you're talking about? Mario's drug-free right now. Alright, let's do it. Get the hat. Oh, I just barely made it by that guy. Didn't get the girder, though. We'll go up here, add the umbrella. Alright, looking good. Don't know how I'm going to get to the one at the top. Did a really bad pattern this time. Because whenever you get the ladder, you can't jump. So one of the best strategies is to take the hammer and run across the rivets so that you're removing the rivets and... Come on, take the bait, buddy. Oh, that's perfect. There you go. All right, here we go. Here's our big fanfare. Just flash to the next screen. Man, yeah, this is so fun. Going from game to game and experiencing, you know, Mario in the arcades with Donkey Kong for the first time. Nope, nope. All right, I'm gonna make the jump. It felt like a breath of fresh air. It felt amazing to play, and here on the arcade, it feels great. It's unbelievable that this is on a console. And we get some true platforming. We've seen lots of derpy platformers out there. I'm looking at you, Sir Egbert Jumper, of all the platforms we've ever seen, and this feels so good. All right, we're back at the rivet scene. Oh, it was Luigi that did it, that's right. Now that's cheap. The fireball came in from off the screen and killed me before. No way. Alright, we'll let all the fireballs come in. We'll make our way across this side. No, I guess not. I'll go up to the top and then go. This is another thing I thought the ColecoVision had too. I thought they had the cutscene or animation when you finish the rivet scene. So I'm wondering if it happens on another loop. That happens. Or maybe I'm imagining it wrong and there is no cutscene. He doesn't ever fall. Alright, let's see. Second time around... No, maybe I thought it wrong. It just goes straight down. Yeah, that's true. There is no bouncing springs either. Yeah. Oh, and the fall damage. If I had one gripe, I'd say that, but honestly, it's way better than other fall damage we've seen. There's other games that we've already played for platformers that you fall off a step, and that kills your character. Alright, we can start rating it now. Of all the games you can play on a home console, I'm actually going to go up to one of the best games you could play, around the 5-star range. So anybody with me, or would you consider this? It's alright for the time. It's about 4 stars. Oh, you can't even jump into it. Or would you say this is just average? I don't know. ColecoVision in this launch, this is one of the best games you could play on a home console. Of all the games you could play on a home console. And we're talking all over the world. Think of all the games on the Creativision, or the more obscure ones like the Emerson Arcadia 2001. That's the new console in town that we saw around May. Wow. There you go. So Donkey Kong on the ColecoVision is a force to be reckoned with. I'm already seeing, oh yeah, 5. I am excited for the console. This is not just a rating for the game, too. It's almost like your excitement for a new console that's going to push the boundaries of everything we're going to see. 4.75, nice. I'm already a big fan of Donkey Kong. One of the best games you can play in the arcades. Yeah, I'm seeing worth at least 4 stars. So far, everything we've seen up to this point, I'm going all the way maxed up. It is one of the best games you can play on a home console so far. But that's not all. We're only in August of 1982, so we're going to see some more releases as time goes on. But this was a big punch, big hit. Everyone knew how big it was in the arcades, and to bring it home, it was, oh yeah, that's true. It wasn't People Pong. If you don't want to check that out, look at the links below for all the games we've ever played. People Pong, the game no one wanted. All right, let's see what our next game is. All right, it's time to go on the Atari home computer, and this is Dungeon Quest, The Keys of Acheron, from a completely different genre from one to the other. Let's take a look at the box. This is another one by Automated Simulations, or Epics, The Keys of Acheron. This is an expansion for Hellfire Warrior, the first true expansion to Hellfire Warrior, for all those Dungeon Quest fans out there. Yes, now this was already seen on the Apple II and the TRS-80 in 1981. This is the first time for the Atari. And you have to have Hellfire Warrior. So this is essentially like DLC, or what we'd call today. It doesn't work unless you have Hellfire Warrior. So if you're in the store right now and you're like, oh, this game looks fantastic, you can go home and buy it, you can't play it. You have to also have Hellfire.
The family with the Atari home computer.
Let's take a look at the other artwork we got for the Keys of Acheron. Oh yes, there's the ad you would have seen in magazines at the time. They give you a screenshot, and that's pretty much like all the other Dungeon Quest games look. It's the top-down view, maze style, almost looks like Berserk. And then inside the box, it also shows you how to load it. You first load in the Hellfire Innkeeper program, the disc or cassette if you had it, and then you answer the prompts, and when it says to insert the levels, you switch to the Keys of Acheron, and then say what level you want. And then we also have the 5 1/4 floppy disk. Very rare to have this one on the Atari 800. There was other ways you could have played it too. Yes, that's right. It is expansion packs that won't work unless you have the other one. All right, let's take a look at the manual for Dungeon Quest. The expansion kit. Yes, it requires the program. Now, this is the manual that's telling you that. There wasn't a lot on the front of the box that say it requires Hellfire Warrior. Before you start, buy Hellfire Warrior. It's a series of supplements and expansion kits designed to enhance your enjoyment of Dungeon Quest games as Temple of Apshai and Hellfire Warrior. This kit includes this manual, which is the whole book of lore, which we're not going to go through in its entirety. If you want to dive into the lore of Dungeon Quest, then you need to spend a few hours reading it. This is the Acheron data files. Otherwise specified, all command options and programs are the same as Hellfire Warrior, so you're doing everything the same as that. Oh man, it's Cronus. That's the Lord of that's not the Lord of Creation. That's the one we're going after. Presses the attack, and you have to go get the keys. So this game is like the other Dungeon Quest games where it describes everything. You're not going to get as much graphics on the main screen. So you can see in the manual explaining what level 5 is, the Abode of the Dragon. So if you go to level 5, this talks about the rooms and descriptions telling you what you're seeing because there's really nothing on the screen. They do the same thing for enemies. You don't really see a giant graphic of what the enemy is, but it tells you what it is, and you go in the manual and you read what the enemy is. So in a way, you have to have the supplement manual to explain what's going on. There you go. What monsters are we going to see? Like dragons, baby dragon, fairy, giant, goblin. And it also tells you about like weaknesses to help you out in the fight whenever you want to fight them. Then we got traps and hazards and treasures in the first one. And then we got level 6, the temple in the jungle. Nice. We got artwork of the dragon over there on the left side. That's right. Oh man, just say no, kids. That's right. Then we got level 7, the Crystal Caves. And every single room is detailed. They explain what every single room is and all the monsters and everything, traps and treasures that you can find. So the expansion that we're playing is only breaking that down. If you want to know more about the main game or the controls, they're all the same. You have to have Hellfire Warrior. And then level 8, the Shadowland of Cronus. And there you go. All the explanation, everything there in the manual, that's how you would be playing this role-playing game. All right, let's pop in and play Hellfire Warrior first. This was first by Paul Reich III, and then the Atari versions by Auric Wilmunder at the beginning of August 1982. Let's get Hellfire Warrior in there. Thus quoth the innkeeper. So this is the program you first play. Do you want to find a goodly character? Yay. Yay, we do. Get your old English on. And it randomizes a game for us. We put a name in. Last person in chat was Mikey is the character name. Wilt thou buy one of our swords? Yea, yea, we will buy a sword. Let's pick the longsword. What will they offer? That's right, we can haggle. We'll just do 5. That's pretty cheap. Done. And we have 235 gold pieces left. Wilt thou buy armor? Yea. And thy choice of armor will be leather. We're going to travel light. 3 gold, easy peasy, done. We have 232 gold pieces. Wilt thou buy a bow? Yay. And a nearly new bow, yes. How many arrows? Let's buy 5. And let's say 10 per. Let's try 30. Will you work for 30? Done. Okay, good. 201 gold pieces. Do we want to go to the apothecary? Nay. Wouldst thou stop with Malaclips the mage? No. So no magic for us. Monster speed, we're going to go slow. Man, if you go fast, it is a different experience. Okay, so now it's asking to insert the disc for the expansion. So we did everything the usual we saw in Hellfire Warrior. We take that disc, flip it over to the Keys of Acheron, and now we want to go to level 5. And you should be scared because this is the kind of game that you would save a character on one game that you leveled up and then come back to this expansion. So we're going to die pretty fast. Okay, let's go back to the main disc and go. That's how you play role-playing games in 1982. I know this isn't going to last too long because the controls are the same that we saw in Hellfire Warrior. Even though it's on the Atari home computer, and I have an Atari VCS joystick plugged in right now, it won't do anything. It does jack squat. Yeah, it's all the same controls. So it's building the level. Yeah, it does nothing. Nothing whatsoever. So what you have to do is, if I want to turn right, I hit R, and there's my character moving right. If I want to move forward, I got to hit the number 8 to move 8 steps. And there he is, walking 8 steps. And that's how you play this one. So it is one of the most cumbersome at this point. It was very revolutionary in the 70s, but we've already seen a couple of Dungeon Quest games that utilize joystick, but this one's still clunkier if you consider it. So it's telling us the room number, and at this point you could look in the manual and say, okay, I'm at room number 2, look it up, read what room number 2 is, because what you see here on the screen obviously isn't everything that is there. It's going to explain like we're in a room with a bunch of trees or grass or things like that. This is using your imagination to the extreme. Uh-oh, what's happening? Oh, we're getting attacked. Quick. He just came out of no, and we're dead that fast. Where did he come from? Usually it tells us where the enemy is, or what enemy it is, so we can look it up in the manual, and then start attacking. But we put on slow. Oh, there we go. Thou art eaten. Oh, gosh. Benedict the cleric found you. Do you want to re-enter? I don't know if we want to re-enter. I'm scared now. Don't let me go back to Acheron, please. All right, let's go 4 steps forward. At least the rooms are designed in a way that they're not always boxed in like a maze game. It is still a fixed screen. You're not gonna see any scrolling here. A mandrake. That's not good. All right, I'm ready. Go. Fight. Yes, shunt. Use your longsword. So it's a slight turn-based action game. Uh-oh, struck us. 91% wounds. That doesn't look good. Yeah, we're not going to survive very fast. We're already going down really fast with leather armor. But the turn-based side of it is where you have to do one move and then they do a move. It's very, very quick. And we're dead. Oh yeah, for 1982, this would be considered very, very clunky. But it is an experience of a role-playing game that's very large breadth. It's up there with like lore as Ultima and Wizardry, but it just doesn't execute nearly as well, not even close. But this would be the if you had enough Wizardry and Ultima and you wanted to try anything in another role-playing game out there, this is the one you would want to go with, which was Dungeon Quest. There's also Sword Thrust that's out there. That's mostly text. But this one has the graphics, and there was one other one we played on the Atari home computer that did use the joystick. I highly recommend that one. This one, of all the games you could play on a home computer, it's kind of down there. I'm going to say it's still around the average range if you consider all the other games we've seen so far on a home computer because of the amount of content you have. But yeah, gameplay, it takes a while to get used to. Oh yeah, Ultima's, I'm a big Ultima fan, so Ultima would be at cream of the crop. I'm going to rate this one as the other games we played, like Hellfire Warrior at this point. I'll still say 3.5 stars, because if you're a role-playing fan, this would still be your cup of tea and still slightly enjoyable if you consider all the other games on a home computer. There's a lot of gameplay here. All right, and with that, let's see what our next game is. It's time to go to Germany and play on the VC20, the Volkscomputer. And this is Earth Defense. Because in Germany, it was called the VC20. If you say the word Vic in a German accent, it comes to something that is not a VIC-20. All right, so let's see what the box we have for... Yeah, it's the Volkscomputer. And there's the cassette tape we'd pop into play, Earth Defense. Let's pop in and play some Earth Defense by Commodore Electronics, the beginning of August 1982. Oh, yes, the rogue-like experience of Dunzin and Warriors of Roz. Yeah, that one does play a little bit better. All right, so, sprechen Sie Deutsch? Yeah? Let's move on. Controls are going to be, we move left with B and right within and shift to fire, and then ready, push, go. Bitte warten. Please wait. Ready to play some German? German games. All right, we're in. Earth Defense is in. It is a fixed shooter. I'm moving left. I'm moving right. What? I am firing through birds. That bullet went straight through it. But keyboard controls only. Can I move my... No. Sorry, my VIC-20 or VC-20 joystick does not work correctly. This almost feels like I'm playing... And it's meant to look like Phoenix, right? But it almost feels like I'm playing Space Invaders. Or something just falling down at me like a Galaxian. It does increase with speed, but what you see here is, sadly, what you get. Yeah, right, is it... Well, we haven't seen Demon Attack at Home yet. So that one hasn't been released. I would say it's Phoenix because the bird, but they're not really doing anything else to it. This screen's all we got. All right, so there you go. That's Earth Defense. Of all the games you can play, it's down there. It's very, very simple gameplay. I'm going to say bad. Of all the games you can play on a home computer, 1.5 stars for Earth Defense. Very, very simplistic. And it is getting faster and faster, but there's a lot better we could be playing. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, we're playing as a coat hanger. That's strange, too. No, it is probably not. All right, let's see what our next game is. We're now on the Commodore VIC-20, and this is Earth Invaders. This is one that you would have typed in from your computer magazine. There it is, August 1982. What is that? Oh, the ZX Spectrum Demon's Domain. And you can win a dragon. What are they talking about? We'll be seeing that soon. We have 2 different ways to type it in. Let's type it in play. Earth Invaders by Bharat Patel in your computer, the beginning of August 1982. All right, what's Earth Invaders got for us? Oh, it boots up right off the bat. Okay, so controls are very bizarre. I'm using the keyboard, and it's I, O, P, and L to move around. If you look down at your VIC-20 keyboard now. And if I want to do any firing, where's my fire? Oh, F. Okay, F for fire. But I'm controlling the plus down at the bottom of the screen. My goal is to make it to the top left, avoiding all of the junk that's on the screen and the Petsky character of the clover. Just don't get that in your sights. There we go. We made it to the core. I think that's the core. And then after you do... Oh, you have to fire, right? Quick fire! I feel like this game... this game makes me feel like I am doing experiments, or I'm being experimented on. Like I'm part of someone's experiment. Here, play this game while we monitor your brain patterns. Because hard cheese, you are killed. Another go? Yeah, I guess so, sure. This is very bizarre. The character graphics, though, are extremely VIC-20. It makes me feel slightly at home in that sense, but as far as what I'm doing, I'm running around, yeah, hard cheese, you're killed. Was hard cheese some colloquial expression in Europe that I've never heard of before? There's Earth Invaders. Earth Invaders is a type-in game, so you could say of all the type-in games we played, it's not too bad, but for all the games you can play on a home computer, yeah, it's bad. It lacks control. Even if I'm moving around using the keyboard only, it is a blunderous affair. I'm going to go 1 star of all the games you could play on a home computer. Yes, Thou Art Slain would be better, but Hard Cheese? I've never heard that one. All right, and now for something completely different. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the latest issue of Electronic Games. Let's see what's happening in the world of electronic games. So this magazine is, I love this magazine. It's fantastic. Usually whenever we check it out, we have, we get to see what's happening in the world of lots of things besides just the arcade world or the console world. Electronic Games does video games, computer games, standalone, and arcades. Exploding the Arcade Myths is the title of this one. Oh yeah, I want to get my chat over too so I can see that. There we go. All right. Let's flip open the magazine and see what's happening. It's our ad by Atari. Have you played Atari today? Actually, no, we haven't. We need to play Atari today. There's an ad by Apollo. Every one of these games we played, except we haven't seen Space Cavern yet, and we haven't seen Lost Luggage yet, but they're coming up really soon. Lockjaw's a good one if you like Pac-Man style games. It's really fun. One of the best ones that Apollo did, in my opinion. Skeet Shoot, though, is terrible. Avoid that game. And then over here we got an article about, is this the gaming's golden age? So cool. It is the gaming's golden age. I'm really enjoying where we are currently on the channel and what's happening in the world of video games. It feels like we're already on top. Like it can't get any better than this, but I know it can. I'm actually familiar with the late 80s and 90s and know where it's going to go and the systems we're going to have, but it's still just, it's amazing. This is the golden age. Over here we have an ad for the Astrocade, which I think Bally is not in charge of it anymore. Yeah, Astrocade. Remember that system? We haven't seen a lot of games for that one in a while. Oh, yes. Yeah, we will be selling that one. Lost luggage. Oh, man. All right, then we have the mini Pac-Man, right? Is that the mini one they're talking about? Yeah, this one's breaking down a lot of the different arcade games that you can be playing. Missile Command, Astro Smash, and so forth. And then Apollo has 4 more games that will be coming out for that. We saw the ad. Gala Press for the New York City's World Trade Center heralded the first games for the Odyssey 2. Oh, we've already seen those. They're fantastic. Another ad for Astrocade. We're not going to see much because there's not too much for the Astrocade or Bally Astrocade. All right, here we go. Here we go. Some true professionals in the field in 1982. Coin-op record set for Asteroids Deluxe Centipede. Look at those guys. No girls playing video games. Shocking, right? And there they are winning their awards. Some of the games they were playing. Yeah, there we go. They got some zoom-ins of them. Looking at professional arcade gamer or pro gamers at the time. Yeah. Yes. If we were truly going back in time, we needed to get some stocks and start selling our stocks right now. Yes, which video games are going to be the best sellers? Well, I know for sure Donkey Kong on Colecovision is going to be a hot seller. And then this is Bally Astrocade. That's an educational title, I think. No, Quest for the Orb. Yes. Game Maker. We're going to be seeing that one soon. And then I love these picks here of the top games right now. The popular video game cartridges, or this is their home console games. Pac-Man's #1 on the Atari VCS. Why? Why is it #1? I guess by sales. Then Missile Command on the VCS, which is not bad. Adventure, yes. Kaboom, cool. Astro Smash. Then Major League Baseball on Intellivision. Asteroids on the VCS. Space Battle on Intellivision. KC Munchkin on the Odyssey 2. First time we've seen that one on the list. And then a UFO, which has been on the Odyssey 2 for a while. That's true. We have girl programmers right now. And also in the UK, girl programmers. Most popular computer software, #1 is still Star Raiders, then Jawbreaker, Missile Command, Castle Wolfenstein, so good, should be higher up. Protector, Empire of the Overmind, no, there's better adventure games by Avalon Hill. I think Avalon Hill's paying them something for that. Then we got Thief on the Apple II. That one's all right. It's like a top-down maze game. Eastern Front is amazing. Caverns of Mars and Wizardry. Why is Wizardry so low? And where is Ultima? Why is Ultima not on there? And then we also have, for arcade, the #1 is still Pac-Man. Tempest, then Defender, Donkey Kong, Centipede, Battlezone, Venture, Gorf, Missile Command, and Stargate. Wow. That's what they say is the top games. I wonder if I should compare it to our ratings here on the channel. Yes, that's right. Carol Shaw, if memory serves. All right, so Atari Report. What's going to be coming home? Dig Dug is coming home soon. Caverns of Mars, which we've already seen on the Atari home computer, but we saw the first release. They were going to re-release Caverns of Mars several times. It's pretty good. Then we have, arcaders to beat. Check this out. Here are top scorers in the arcade. They put their records in. But look what they're telling us as far as these people playing games. Someone played Battlezone 7 hours and 15 minutes straight. Someone played Missile Command for 37 hours and 30 minutes straight. Got his score of 52 million. That's what you need to do to get high scores on arcade games. Play for 37 hours straight. That's insane. Oh my gosh. Defender playing for 26 hours. Wow. Over here is the Reader's Replay. Just people writing in about stuff. Star Warrior on the Atari home computer, getting it direct. Very nice. And then there's Star Warrior and Pac-Man down at the bottom. Or more, the last issue we read, they were complaining about Pac-Man, and they should be complaining about Pac-Man. Yeah, how did they do the referee for those scores? I'd love to know. And some more stuff about Tempest, still hitting the arcades. That's a great one. That wasn't on the list, though. And over here, we got to add for Serious Software. From this list, we've already played Freefall, and we've already played Kabul Spy. Haven't seen Bandits yet or Escape from Rungastan yet, but that one is just around the corner. I think one of them is August and one of them is October. Yes. How did they do that? 37 hours straight? Or maybe they did 37 hours and, yes, how did they use the restroom? How did they break? Because you can't pause an arcade game. All right, let's flip on to the next one. Here's our Q&A. Electronic Games t-shirts, nice. And there it is, the Intellivision with the very, very rare, never fully released Intellivision keyboard. Check that out. Yeah, they kept promising it was going to come out, but I thought it never did come out. Yeah, Crazy Climber, Space Panic, and then here we go. We got Apollo Space Chase, which that one we've already seen. It gives you a cool perspective of like you're flying over the moon. And then there's Asteroids, of course, on the VCS. And Freedom Fighter, very cool. I want to see if they have the question. There's a question they ask in this issue about the Epics. Like, is it Epics or Automated Simulations that does the game? They explain what the company is. Like, it's a subsidiary of Automated Simulations. The one we just saw on Keys of Acheron by Dungeon Quest. Oh yeah, maybe they were the refs. Yeah, they didn't mark it there on the ad about the high scores. Yeah, and then we got some more Q&A with lots of ads on the left side. Look at this on the right. We have the video game watches, which we're not showcasing here on the channel. It's impossible to play, but they're game time. So if someone says, "Have you covered game time watches?" Well, there they are. We're covering game time watches. Oh yeah, the updated Intellivision controller. Is it better than the disc? All right, flip it on to the next one. Yeah, here we go. The VIC-20. Is it the king of the low-price microcomputers? Well, it is the key. It is the king of lots of video games. There's tons and tons of video games we played on the VIC-20. Not all of them quality, though. Here we got some down here. Slot Machine? No. And there we go. Space Lander, or we played it, Jupiter Lander. Yeah, it looks pretty cool, right? The watches. Here we go. Look at that. Pac-Man has a watch. Awesome. All right, flip it on to the next one. Here we go. This is the future. I feel like we should have been reading this in Byte magazine. Playing around with video disc machines. Video games on disc right now. And this is, they're showing footage of people playing a golf game. Look at this. Golf on a video disc. Wow. It's like the future of full motion video games that we're going to see in the 90s. Right here, people playing them now. I'm a little scared. Yeah, there it is. Even more than that. Oh, yes. Video athletes. Who is that kid? Steve Jurgisek. He is an Avenger. All right, so after video games on Laserdisc, and then we have, they're talking about games in Italy, or arcade games in Italy specifically. Look at that. Arcade cabinets for Moon Cresta, Vanguard, Donkey Kong, and Tempest. Nice. Did they mention Zaccaria? Because Zaccaria should have been doing some publishing over there too. Yes, Laserdisc games that are coming in the arcade. It's someone mentioned that before of when Dragon's Lair is released, and it's 1983. That one's going to be nowadays. It wouldn't seem as a big hit, but you have to think of being able to see a video and a video game put together is just ridiculous. Yes, Scratch and Sniff Maze is nice. All right, here we go. The question they ask in this issue is, what makes a video game great? And so they had a lot of people write in for answers of what makes a successful video game. And so people talk about the hits at the time, Pac-Man, Donkey Kong. Important to create electronic games is nonstop action, some people said. Other people said it's important to have originality, graphics, and sound. And then you have to have competitiveness to have a really good video game. And then instructions play a major part for enjoying a video game. Like if they're easy to read or you understand them. We always say for arcade games, Nolan Bushnell said you shouldn't have instructions. You should just be able to play and figure it out without having to read anything. Here on the channel, though, most games we want to see how they explain the game. We've learned a few things from reading the instruction manuals, too. But yeah, it should be something that should be easy to pick up and play, especially now. No way. Donkey Kong? Shoelaces? Sweet. There's Red Baron. That's one we played. The vector-based graphics game, first-person dogfight. It's awesome. So cool. Yeah, great responses. The next one they're going to do is joystick jury topic is commercial amusement centers and home video games, both of them widespread popularity. Question is, do you prefer to play arcades or at home, and why? That's going to be for the next issue. Nice. And the next article is about Tron and the graphics of Tron, or video game graphics inspired by Disney's Tron. Yeah, Tron's still really big right now. And then over here we have breaking some video game or arcade myths. I love these. Never will I let my daughter go into the arcades. They're full of drugs, booze, and all kinds of things. What kinds of things? Is people whacking people on top of the head? Yeah, this is fun. Here's some myths. Arcades are places where kids go to smoke and drink. Or kids' bikes and skateboards are hazards in the streets in front of arcades. And there's a win-all-cost competition going to all amongst video game players. It makes for an unhealthy atmosphere. Oh man, if you think it's unhealthy, then I hate to say what's going to be like later. This is just one thing to separate kids from their families. No, I think that's the consoles that are in your house right now. That's separating. Yes, there was smoke in arcades then. Arcades make our kids skip school. No, these arcades are nothing but gambling houses. And it's just gambling. Like, all the kids are addicted. Look at this. Great artwork. Whoever did the artwork for that. Look at this in the top left. It's terrible, I tell you. Our next section is Adventure. Oh, this is all about the adventure games. And the one they're talking about is one of my favorites, Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. And yes, the one on the Atari home computer is the one to go for. It is on the Apple II now as well. That one was still very good, but not as good as the Atari. It did great. There it is, Alibaba. Oh, man. It's really, and they talk about it here too. They say that it is the controls and user interface is really what sets it apart. It's really, really good. And now, the programmable arcade, or the programmable parade. This is all the games that are coming out very soon. Great Wall Street Fortune Hunt, we're going to see on the Odyssey 2 coming out. And then over here is an interesting ad. This is an ad by Arcade Plus. We have 2 games that are here. One of them on the left is lost. I cannot find or get any information on Arcade Pro Football. On the right side though is Night Rally. Night Rally is a game that is lost or pretty much close to being lost, but we're going to be seeing this one later on the show as Baja Buggies because Arcade Plus either goes under or gets bought out by another company called GameStar. So we'll be seeing Night Rally later, I think in a couple months. But I mean, look at this. Arcade Plus is just going to go away. And it's not going to exist. It's going to go away pretty fast. So another example of games lost to time. All right, so then we got Cosmic Swarm. We're going to be seeing that one soon. It's, I believe, in September. And then Star Voyager we're going to see on the Atari VCS. That's coming up really soon, too. That's the a magic take of, Star Raiders or Activision's Star Raiders. Oh, right when they caught you. Yeah, it depends on what time period you were going to the arcade games, or arcades, because arcades, whenever you did go, late 70s, yeah, I can understand there was lots of drinking and smoking going on. They're starting to clean up their act now, right? And then we got Demon Attack. Haven't seen it yet. It's really close, though. Demon Attack's coming. And then Snafu. We've already seen this one on the Mattel and Television. It's, there it is. It's the Snake-style game, or a Light Cycle-style game. All right, flip it on to the next one. It is in Television and Star Strike. Love it. Yeah, this is another reason I love this magazine. Look at all this artwork. Even right here. The dragon for subscribing to Electronic Games is awesome. And then here we go. The new Coin Ops. This is fantastic. I want that cowboy hat and chaps. So cool. All right, so outer space arcading. What's the big stuff out there, or what is the latest best ones? Zaxxon, yes, is definitely one of the best ones. There's the arcade cabinet for it with an example of the screenshot. Oh, there you go, Victor, stealing your green alien or blue alien girlfriend away from the bad guys. What artwork is this for though? Robotron? Bosconian? No, Bosconian's the top-down fly around with your ship game. So I don't know what they're, maybe Robotron 2084. That's us shooting all the robots. Oh man, so good. Yeah. And here we go. All the games that are based on Pac-Man or maze games. We have a few different ones. Miss Pac-Man. That's the big one. Thief, which I think Thief is, yeah, we've already seen that one. It's the one where you're picking up all the cash in the arcade. Top down. Oh, but this is one of the best ones. Tutankhamun. Nice with artwork too. That is, I gave it 5. It's one of the best games you can play in the arcade right now. And then Frenzy. We haven't seen it yet, but Frenzy's coming up. It's the sequel to Berserk. Oh yeah. Man, yeah, just breezing through the magazine, looking at the artwork is great. That's true. It is no dancing green alien. I'll keep you posted if we find that one. Yes, maybe. All right, what else we got? Besides Berserk, we also have some more coin-op treasures. Grand Champion is kind of like Turbo, but Diet Turbo in the arcades. And Alpine Ski, we've seen all these. The Art of War with Red Baron and Looping. Yeah, that one's there too. And I don't know what artwork this is. Really nice. It actually looks like artwork for Commando, but that's years away. I'm not sure what the... Maybe because they're talking about Armor Attack is my guess. It's great artwork, though. All right, flip it on to the next page. Now we have Pinball, which we're not doing here on Chronologically Gaming. Anything that's mechanical, we're only playing video games. But look, they got a little article about Hyperball and the newest pinball cabinets coming out with a caveman playing. Nice. And they do our usual reader poll, seeing what people want to see in the magazine. All right, over here is... Oh, Thief, there it is, they say again. It's not that, you don't need a whole page for Thief. Look at this, they made a whole page for it? I think we only gave it 3 stars whenever you played it in the arcades. It's okay, but even better would have been on the Atari home computer, the runaway, the game where you're running away from the cops. I say it's better than Thief. Yes, reader poll, how old were you right now in August of 1982? So 12, oh yeah, it would have been awesome magazine to be at 12. Here's Solar Fox. We've already seen Bally Midway in the arcades. This one's going to be coming home, I think, in October or November. So we'll be seeing that one at home. And then check out this ad. It is an arcade ad for Donkey Kong. Look at that. Nintendo got us an ad for the arcade. So cool. It just blows my mind seeing an advertisement for that. There we go. So we got -10. I see you there, Hunter. Nice. Oh, 15. That's the ripe age for games, man. Sweet. Victor was 7. So here we go. Bosconian at the top. Looping. Now, Looping's pretty good. We saw a better one that adds you to bounce off walls. It's the same formula as Looping, but it's like a hacked version that was in the arcades or upgrade kit. And then we got... Oh, let me flip back on this side. And then we got Video Pinball. Very, very popular right now. Raster Blasters here. That's an excellent video pinball game. They're going to go through a few other ones. But man, look at this artwork. So good. Okay, flip it on to the next one. There is Bally Pin, which that one we've seen, and Thunderball. Thunderball was the one on the Odyssey 2. Bally Pin was on the Bally Astrocade for video pinball. Oh, there you go. Yeah, there it is. And then some of the best ones, though, are going to be on the home computers. 16 3/4. Oh, yeah, this was the golden age, man. Okay, we're going to the top left about how to play the games better. And they're going to start with Threshold and Defender. So this is, breaking down and tips and tricks to play the games. Very nice. And appreciated, Hunter. Thanks. So here's a strategy session for how to play Stampede by Activision. Man, they have killed with the artwork. And even the strategy session is what they were doing before with war games. You can see the board game motif here. Really nice. And then over here we got Galactic Invasion on the Bally Astrocade. Very nice. It's one of the best ways you could play Galaxian at home so far. And then we have Crossfire. There's the artwork for Crossfire. It's very similar to Targ. We've already seen that on several home computers. And we're going to see a lot more. Oh, this is just for fun. The glossary for gamers in August 1982. The action button is for the stud on the home arcade hand controller. In action games, it's frequently used to initiate firing. The arcader is a participant in the hobby of electronic gaming. BASIC is a high-level language that is frequently used by programmers of microcomputers. Chess computer? Why do we need a glossary for that? A computer game is an entertainment software program created for use on a computer. Technically, video games and coin-op games are also computer games, but this term is generally used to refer to game programs for microcomputers. Disk is one of 3 principal media on which game programs are stored. Floppy disks, and we're talking 5¼ floppy disk, can hold more information and loads faster than tape. And then they have machine language, binary code, directly understandable by a computer and does not need to be translated by the machine before the program is implemented. The result is a program that executes faster. And they have monoplanar keyboard, the one for the Odyssey 2. Ugh, scary keyboard. Yes. Who's an arcader? A participant in the hobby of electronic games. They have ROM cartridge they talk about. So cool. All right, flip it on to the next one. Is them showcasing arcade. This is the one in Mountain View, California. And their arcade. Look what they got there. Lit up. It's called Starfleet Command. And they're playing... Oh, Frogger's down there. Nice. Yes, Mom's playing some Frogger. And then we got some new products. Video bumper stickers, Pac-Man puzzle and card games, and video game card. Oh, man. Look at that stuff. Love it. We got the mini arcade gallery, and this is interesting. They're talking about the Microvision, Milton Bradley. We've already played every game on the Milton Bradley Microvision, but here they are talking about Cosmic Hunter, Phaser Strike, which is Star Trek, the very first licensed Star Trek game. There it is down here. There's not really screenshots. Okay, here we go. We got Cosmic Hunter, Connect 4. Okay, there it is, Phaser Strike, yeah. And Bowling, all for the Milton Bradley Microvision, or the handheld. Nice. And then these are books, video game books, if you want to check those out. We've already seen some type-in games and played a few that are on books, but we're not doing the exhaustive list of everything that's out there. Computer Playland. Night Flyer. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this is another game. Find this game. It's missing. It's another one of those games they're bringing up and talking about, but it's gone. So if anyone knows any information about where to find and play Night Flyer, let me know, because it's missing. It is lost to time. At least on the computer. But we have seen Congo. There's Congo on the computer. So this is all home computers now. Peeping Tom is not exactly what you think. It has nothing to do with actually peeping on anybody. Well, we're going to see this one, I believe, in August. I think it's just a space shooting game. And then we got Rooski Duck, another one we're going to see. I think they spelled it wrong here by Gabelli Software, but we'll be seeing that one soon too. Very bizarre artwork for Rooski Duck. That's all over the place. And then they always finish the magazine with a standalone scene. Here's Galaxian by Coleco with some reconstructed artwork or the screenshots, because you really can't get the vacuum fluorescent display to show up on a photograph. But look at that. Man, so amazing. I mean, this magazine almost like is a work of art. And then we have Digital Daredevil, which haven't played this one, and I think we're not able to play or showcase this one on the channel, but there it is. Look at that. It's got one of the mini steering wheels, like one of the very first ones Mattel ever did. Awesome. And then we have Othello in the palm of your hand. That's pretty impressive. And there we go. Coming next, what we're going to see, the history of pinball in the next issue, and then we have a big ad for the Great Wall Street Fortune Hunt, which sadly is not very good, but we'll be seeing that one soon. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. Yeah, so that's the end of the... I'll flip it back to the beginning. Let's get all the way. That's it. Of Electronic Games, the issue of what's happening in August of 1982. I'm excited. I don't know about you. That is awesome. And that's actually where we need to put our video game playing and reading on pause. This magazine is probably the one I'm going to keep going through its entirety because of how fun it is. It really is capturing everything. Computer games, handhelds, arcades, the entire gamut, at least in North America. So the other magazines, we might flip through and get a few articles or pages, but this one's the one I'm going to keep going through until the end of time, probably. All right, that's it for today. Tune in next episode for an arcade game hops home from the arcade, and we also have... a Welsh dragon that is roaming around here somewhere, and we need to find it. All right, that's it for today, and like I always say, arcade is king. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the channel and joining me on my quest to play every single video game in order of release. We'll be streaming live every weekday at 9 p.m. Central, so join us and let us know if we miss any games along the way. This video would not be possible without Launchbox, RetroArch, and MAME. Tell all your friends there's some crazy guy named Chronologically Gaming trying to play every single video game. We have links down below that'll send you to places like our Discord and Patreon, and one that says all the video games we've ever played. If you go there, it's a list of everything, and you can click right to the game you want to see. Chronologically Gaming is the name to look for. We are perpetually retro, and we will catch you next time.